Wilson jokes, maybe, if you were there. This is the legendary Bonesaw577. How you doing today, Bonesaw?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you on here to get this show on the road.
Yeah,
I guess I first should ask you, should I say Bonesaw577 or Bonesaw? I want to respect every handle I have, so.
Oh, hey, Bonesaw's fine. Most people just call me Bonesaw, so go right ahead. Call me whatever you like. I have no preference whatsoever.
Okay, sure. But if you want to follow Bonesaw, be sure to follow him, Bonesaw577 at Twitch, Bonesaw577 on Twitter. So, we talked before. I have a podcast about work in Japan. We talked there. I do have to ask some of the same questions, of course, so you can just make up the answers or whatever. It's fine. New
that's
answers are totally fine. Okay, so first let's get into your history a little bit. You've done 6 runs at GDQs, I think, something around there, 5 or 6.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot of couches, lot more couches. So, what kind of first got you into speedrunning? What was your first kind of window into that world?
Well, I used to live in a pretty small town of about like 3,600 people, and we had like a bunch of movie nights. Like, it was me and a group of friends, and like my group of friends was pretty small back then, actually. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends was actually really into like tech stuff and music. So he would do a lot of stuff online with music and all that. And he, I guess, stumbled upon like Justin TV or something like that. And then it eventually became like Twitch TV, like back in the old days. And I noticed, I went over to his house one day, and he was sitting downstairs, and I was like, dude, what are you watching? And he was like typing on his keyboard, typing really, really fast, and he's getting all excited, and I was like, what is going on? And he's watching a video of somebody, I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody who was playing Ocarina of Time. And I was like, oh, cool, is this like YouTube or something? And he said, no, this is actually live right now. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. I can't believe that. And he was like, yeah, like, it takes a lot of processing power on your computer. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it's obviously something I will never be able to do in my lifetime. And so this guy was playing Ocarina of Time, and I was like, well, what is that timer on the side? Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. And he's like, oh yeah, this guy is playing through the game as fast as possible using any means necessary. And I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. So like, what does that mean? Like, like whatever means necessary. Like, what is this person doing differently? I don't really understand. And then he said, well, you can use glitches to get to the end of the game as fast as possible. And I was like, man, I gotta get in on this. Like, please give me this website I want to watch. And from then on, I started watching Siglemic run Super Mario 64, and then I bought a laptop and a Dazzle DVC 100. I believe that was what it was called. It was the white Dazzle, and ever since then, I've just been streaming, and that's pretty much all I do.
Awesome, yeah. So it seems like Siglemic has been the window for so many people. I mean, he used to have those epic nights when there's like, I don't know how many, 10,000 people watching him. Was awesome.
Yeah. And I think he was the biggest streamer at that time, like just in terms of retro gaming. So I think that's why so many people know him, is a lot of people really like those games, and they seem to be like, definitely, like you said, the window into some people's introductions into Twitch and streaming and all that.
A lot of people turn on Twitch and they say, okay, cool, I'm going to watch some people play my favorite games. Cool. But you really right away said, okay, I'm going to do this too. So kind of what was your thinking there? You weren't kind of what made you not just want to be a watcher like myself?
Oh, man. Well, I noticed that a lot of the like the big time streamers were actually just, instead of streaming everything and just doing it by themselves and providing commentary just for, like, I don't know, the video, like, purpose of just recording a video, that they were having, like, interactions and building communities online, which I thought was absolutely incredible. And I was like, man, I want that. Like, I just want to stream and have people actually want to watch what I am, like, putting out there, and actually talk to people in real time while I play video games. I thought that was just an incredible premise.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, and in the beginning there, I believe your first game, it was either Duke Nukem or Luigi's Mansion. Which one was it?
It was Luigi's Mansion, definitely.
Yeah, so what was what kind of choice was that? Was that a strategic choice? Did you just say, okay, I'm going to choose I want to get my favorite games, or what kind of made you choose Luigi's Mansion first?
It was a game that I played a lot of during my childhood, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. And I thought, if I'm going to be speed running a game many, many times, I want it to be a game that I enjoy as much as possible. So I thought, why not pick this game, which is cartoony and kind of funny and something that not a lot of people run, but some Japanese people run, a few American people run. Why not just pick something up that's fun and engaging, something that people would like to watch.
Okay, and I know it's a way different landscape now, but how long did it really take you to? Now you definitely have a huge following, but back then, how long did it take to really notice people were kind of catching on to you and watching your stuff, regularly?
Oh boy, it took a couple of months. I would say I streamed for an entire summer, and because I remember having a summer job at the time when I really started to get into it. So I think it took me all of one summer. I believe I was still in high school at the time, so it was around 2.5, maybe 3 months. And then I noticed that I was starting to get maybe around 50 concurrent viewers at a time, and that's when I noticed man, this could actually grow into something a little bit more, than just a simple hobby. So
let me get to your first James done quick, and you play 2 games. You play Luigi's Mansion, you play Spider-Man. So was this just an extension of trying to build your community, or just you want to have an experience of going to a marathon for the first time? I mean, what was it like, to say, hey, I want to do this marathon?
Well, actually, part of it didn't really have to do with gaming at all. Part of it was that, I don't know why, but I'm kind of an adventurous person. I like to get out there. I like to do things, and I noticed that in previous years that people were getting together and actually having marathons, actually speedrunning games, not just a game convention, but something specifically tailored for speedrunning, Mm-hmm. So I thought, hey, it would be a cool idea to get out there and see the world, kind of see part of America, but get out there and actually meet more people in the speedrunning community, but also meet people that I had been talking to online that I had never met before, which would have been pretty good, and to also get a little bit of exposure for the different speedruns that I had in mind at the time.
Yeah, I mean, that was a way different time in the GDQ Marathon life, right? That was when everyone could submit a game and you probably got selected, right? Or did you have to prove anything? I can't remember.
No, you just had to, submit a game and show a video, and then you were basically in there. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to jump through any hoops or anything. All you had to do was just show something, and then you were good to go. And if you didn't get it in, then you had the bonus marathon. You could just bring whatever you had with you at the time and plug it in and play it during bonus. So
rest in peace, bonus stream. Those
yeah, rest in peace.
So that's actually the first time I saw you, and you were just being a pure, enthusiastic hype machine when Golden was running Super Mario World. And
yes.
That was I think that was one of my top 5 runs ever. I mean, it was just so cool. And it was just a great game, great runner, great crowd. All the elements you need. So any kind of, you've done a lot of GDQ since then, but does anyone is there any that come close to that one in terms of experience for you?
Oh man, well, SGDQ 2013 was a smaller event, but it had a lasting impact in that it felt like family. There weren't a lot of people there. It was the community was pretty small at the time, and I mean, there wasn't a big convention room. It was just one room. It was basically just an office room. That was all we had. And I don't know, we had 500 people there or whatever, but there were only a couple of us down in the stream room at any given time. And I mean, we built some pretty good friendships just hanging out at that marathon. It was definitely really good.
if I encourage everyone, if you haven't seen any runs from there, like if you just look at the couch, it's like the people that should be inducted in the Speedrun Hall of Fame, kind of. You know, it's like you there, golden. You know, all these people that have been around for a long time are there. It's like it's so. I mean, that was good times. That was good times for sure. So let's go to more recent times. You recently ran at SGQ 2016. If you haven't watched it, stop what you're doing right now. Go watch that.